All right, guys, welcome back to Kamish Reviews. Do a quick intro and let's get. What's going on, Mama? Now like think about it about you that I know I can say this. Like people been like literally hitting me up since that freaking trailer and when you dropped your story. And I want to start with the story. Um, because I have it like background. I know you probably remember what you said, but what prompted that? Because the whole internet went on fire. I want to start with that.
Um, which story?
The
I
story. Hold
I feel
on.
like I went on since August. I think I've been on like 2 rants. So which one?
This one. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm a little blind.
Okay. Let me
Oh,
see.
yeah, I remember.
Okay. That's the one. So this is the one that kind of got everybody really, really. Yeah, I'm kind of blind too. I should have zoomed in on that. But this was the one that got everybody kind of really going crazy.
Mhm.
So I want to know what prompted this. Because
Um, so this was when the trailer for the second half of season 2 came out. Uh, first, the first part was to clear up confusion because a lot of people are confused. Like, why didn't y'all get a reunion? Is this season 3? Like, so that was to clear up that this is still season 2. This is continuation after the Christmas party. When it picks back up, we'll be at the Christmas party and then into January because we had like a 2-week like holiday break. So just to clear up any confusion on the timeline. So everything that you will be seeing will be a year ago or more.
right.
Um, and then we signed up for, I mean, I will read it. We signed up for a show that will highlight us as a couple, our family, and our businesses. While my book was featured, our nightclub was cut out. Very true. We signed up to do a show showing Black excellence, Black businesses, Black family, all of that. None of us thought there was going to be no type of drama involved because all reality TV has that. But I did think more of our business lives were going to be shown. Quick opened up a nightclub in 2016. And right when we started filming back, we had just reopened, after the pandemic, getting
Right.
everything back open, which in itself is amazing because a lot of businesses were not able to survive being
True.
shut down for a year or a
Mm-hmm.
year and a
Mm-hmm.
half. All the guys went to the nightclub first season. So that included Chris. The Tyler's very adult children. They went. I wasn't there, and none of the other ladies were there. But from what I heard, it was a great scene. It's funny. Like, why are you not showing these things? But there was no drama, which is very unfortunate. You do not really see anything unless there is drama attached to it. And that's just not everyday life. That's not real life. Every day is not drama filled. Everybody's not yelling and screaming and having a bad time all the time. And then we get comments like, do y'all ever have fun? We do, but you
Mm-hmm.
guys don't get to see it. Um,
Wow. And that's
and
unfortunate
then
too. It is.
yeah, a lot of people talk about I complain that Quick works a lot. Quick does work a lot. Quick does not work 5 days a week. Quick works 7 days a week, sometimes 18 hours a day. So if I'm saying that, you're not showing him working, you're showing him going to lunch with Jamie, which
Mm.
he would never do. Like,
Right. Like, I mean, being transparent, I interviewed Jamie. Speaking of Jamie, and in that interview, it just let me see if I can say this. You guys not being friends and all that stuff like that. The fans are really, I'm not gonna say they're upset, but I know it's been a year gap, and that's really a disservice to all you guys because narrative is so crazy and the fans are so confused. They really are. And then like, oh, there's no one they're not talking to more than our friends. What happened? How can you film a show? It was like the basis of it. I asked him the same question. I'm like, how can you film a show? If his answer was to replace a couple. So I really wanted you to respond to that because I don't know how the fans are in love with all of y'all. I told him the same thing. So
um,
I'm just trying to figure out where we're supposed to go from here.
I saw his sassy ass comment, but number one, to say to replace us, I've already said that I may not come back. I'm not getting fired. I'm not getting replaced. If I decide to not come back, it's because I am deciding not to come back. That's number one. Number two, if I do leave and I do get replaced, trust me, they about to be in a world of shits. If they think that they ain't about to get a bigger bitch than me. There are a lot of people out here that talk shit about a lot of us. So if I was casting, those are the people I would go cast in replacement. People who aren't necessarily going to care about you or your family or not say certain things to you because they did care about you in some sense, which I felt like I did for the Tylers. I don't I think that there is a misconception with the audience and now with certain cast members adding fuel to the fire that there's this big beef that happens between us and them on the show. It is not. Like, it is not. The fallout did not happen on screen. The fallout started literally 2 days after we finished filming because of people's social media antics. So I think that this big hype trying to build up people like, oh, there's this beef between the Tylers and the Silvers. Like, it doesn't happen. There is when it aired on TV, the bad comment about little Jamie, there's a conversation about that, a conversation that I initiated. They didn't bring it to me. I brought it to them. I wanted to clear it up. I wanted little Jamie to be able to say what he had to say, Quick to be able to say what he had to say, me to be able to say what I had to say. It happened. It got heated. It also ended. We've never talked about it again. So, and again, that was last January. So now when it's all this rah, rah, rah on the internet and on interviews, I'm looking back like,
what's the tea?
No, I'm not looking back like, what's the tea? I see tea. Tea is you're fake as shit. Like, in real life with all of us, if you have a problem with your friends, your coworkers, whoever it may be, and you talk about it last January, and we've said we've apologized or we've not apologized, and we said we're going to move on or we're not going to move on, that's where I'm thinking we're at, especially if we're a year removed with that situation. So to be online and all this rah, 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 like it's performative at best.
Wow. Not performing. Oh my God. But I do understand what you're saying with that. It's like you just kind of done with it. And I'm gonna say this: the fans are in love with you and Quick, and that's what I'm really gonna say. That you saying you're thinking about not coming back. The people fell in love with you guys. I don't know if they would accept anybody else. Like, this is how the show started. I mean, I know we brought in the Joy and the Karmas and all the things. Do you think bringing in other people into the show is making it good or bad? The new cast members. Excuse me.
Well, I think with all reality shows, you get new cast members, even if you do keep the OGs. There are new people come in, friends, they come, they leave, whatever. I think it's an interesting dynamic because there are people who play a part in what goes on with us. There are people who are around us while we're filming. They see things that necessarily you guys don't get to see on television, or that castmates aren't bringing up. Or if two castmates, are saying A and one castmate is saying B, but then there are other people around who are also saying B. If you got two castmates against one, there are other perspectives. So I think that that's just real life. That's reality. We always are going to have our friends or bystanders or whatever it is that play a part into our story. I don't think necessarily bringing in a whole new couple. I don't think that. I think that where we are now, even if I would, Quick is over there making faces. Even if I was to come back, we have 3 couples, and then we still have Sharella and her husband,
Right.
who I don't feel like they got a fair chance to share their love story, or their family. We were introduced to Alicia, who has a boyfriend, who is, considering getting married. We have Carmen, who, does have, so we have all these different people who are in relationships, Winter, and, all of these things. So no, I don't think we necessarily need to add more people.
No, I agree. I think, but I don't. What I'm saying is, if you got guys were to leave,
Mhm.
the fans would not be happy with that. I'm not saying you're gonna live for the fans, obviously, but I'm just saying because they fell in love with the original. There's no shade to nobody else. I'm saying that's just the way it
No, no,
goes,
no,
especially
no,
with
no, no, no.
OGs.
I
So,
mean, there's some things that need to be worked out on multiple ends of me coming back or not. But I feel like that's with any show or any job or anything. We put a I can't say we. I give a lot of myself. I've given a lot of myself to this show. I've come up with a lot of ideas. I've helped with so much behind the scenes, and I show up as authentically as I can.
mm-hmm.
I think that I've seen comments saying, "Oh, since Monique leaves, since Monique has left, Ashley's changed, whatever." Hey, y'all don't know.
Hmm.
Like, you don't know me from a can of paint. You get to see me for 42 minutes on television.
Yeah.
I'm the same person that I was when Monique was there, but the storyline and the everything was more based on Monique and
It
our
was.
interaction with
Mm-hmm.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Also didn't really have a beef with her. So
Yeah.
why would I
That
be
makes
yelling
sense.
at somebody I don't have a beef
Mm-hmm.
with? I wasn't yelling at Arena last season. Like, I'm not like, if I don't have no beef with you, what y'all see on TV, it is me. It's me acting to what I thought, or in the moment I'm thinking is a real situation and other people's real feelings.
Right.
So it's not always good. I wish Carlos would release our interview tapes. And I told him I have a temper. I have a terrible fucking temper. And I know that about myself. It's something that I have worked on for years. And what y'all get is mild.
She says, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. I respect that. You can call yourself and say, "Yeah, I know it. I know I got a bad temper." Because someone won't even say they have stuff like that. I know I have one as well. And we all know that. But I'm just saying, I own it, and you own it also. But you said to release the tape. What tapes are you talking about? Some
Like
interview tapes?
when we did like our interviews, they asked us about like our
Okay,
lives
okay.
and our
Mhm.
personalities and things like that. And I was very open and honest with, this is who I am. I know that about myself. I know that this is something that I need to work on. It's not something that's going to change overnight. It's not something that's going to change in a year. And it's definitely not something that's going to change when you are put in conflict situations.
So the show comes out, and as we all know, y'all don't know what's edited. You don't know what's gonna come out or whatever. But is there anything that you are looking forward to seeing to come out? Like maybe some like for the fans to finally see something. Is there something you're looking for in particular?
Um, no, not really. Not really. We got to see it right before we did our reunion in August. We got to see the last 11 episodes, like 2 days or something before.
Mm-hmm.
I was not happy with not how I was edited,
Mm-hmm.
because whatever I did that shit.
Right.
I was not happy with that other people got to look edited as saintly, as they were these big brother, big sister coming in to save the day. And it's like, get that bullshit out of here. Let's talk about what's really
Mm.
happening in real life. But we didn't do that.
So once again, do you feel like you're gonna be the villain again?
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I'm gonna be the villain. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go. A lot of people on reality TV come in trying to paint themselves as a certain person. And I've been saying this a lot lately. I have a personality. With or without this show, my personality is my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to come in and make up a persona.
Mm.
And some people did.
And some people do that in reality TV. You are correct about that. But I always say black women are always the villain in reality TV. It's just
Yeah, but we're on an all black show. So many people have been so upset with me. Oh my God, I can't believe you told Alicia that Joy was married. You're the worst person in the world. It's terrible. But here we are. We see white women on TV who hide behind computers and talk shit about their castmates, and they're being praised as a savior of a whole network.
yep. I mean, that's crazy that you said that, because that's actually completely true. It's always they move the goalpost, which is not fair. Now, with that, with you in the Joy situation, even with Arena, because I swear I say every time I see a commercial, she is the last time we saw a year ago, y'all was going back for the Christmas party or whatever. They should have showed they should have brought this back during Christmas time. I swear to God. But anyway, damn, it's like you getting into it with everybody. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, because it is what it is, like you say. Do you feel that's a bad look, or do you just like it is what it is? Whatever, it's just happening. It's just happening.
Um, I think it's a little unfortunate because
Mm.
every single person in my cast, at some point we've hung out, they've been over here, we've showed them a great time, we've been very hospitable. They know my personality, they know how I am. So things that I say on camera, I say off camera, and it's not a problem when it's off camera, but when it's on camera, like I said, people turn on their personas. There is one episode that I'm not too happy about. It was a lot of shit going on in the background that you guys didn't get to see. And when I say background, I mean while we weren't filming. And unfortunately, a lot of my cast likes to pretend that what happened when we weren't filming didn't happen. And again, like I said, I'm coming in thinking this is real life. So if you had a problem yesterday when the cameras wasn't on, I'm thinking you still got a problem today.
Wow.
But now all of a sudden you don't, or you don't know what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
I do have a scene like that. I feel like me trying to defend myself against it, I won't be able to, because stuff had happened, off camera that you guys didn't see. But it does bother me because I don't spend my time arguing with people. Like, I haven't had an argument since the reunion, if that tells you anything. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
wow.
I don't, me and Quick don't sit around arguing. Me and Alicia don't sit around arguing. My kids barely get yelled at. Like, but if you do some effed up stuff, yeah, I'm gonna let you have it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's with anybody. That could be
Right.
the postman.
Mhm. So, well, I did ask him this, and I'm asking the same question. Is there like no going back with y'all being your friends? I mean, he said no. But I'm asking
Um,
y'all.
what you said? I said no.
No, he said. I think he said no. I think he said no.
Oh, yeah. I think it is unfortunate. Like I said, I also heard him say that he likes to do stuff on social media. Like, the cast likes to argue on social media just to get the fans to tune into the show. Again, that's not me. That might be his plan, but that's not my plan. With Jamie and Arena, again, like I said, Christmas happened. You guys will see the how that ended. And after the camera stopped rolling, they were here for 4 or 5 hours. I get very, we continued on with the party, had a great time. So I get very confused when, I see the episodes back and it's like, well, I don't know if I can be around Ashley. I think Ashley's jealous. I think this. And I'm like, you stayed at my fucking house for 3 more hours. What you talk about? You stayed at my house, you drank my liquor, we partied, we danced, we hugged, we selfied. Like, okay. So that's why I'm saying there's no huge fallout between us and the Tylers. I really can't even remember what their main story is, besides them constantly interjecting in between whoever has going on with Joy and Clifton.
So then so the beef that you say you don't really see it. Is it really with you, or is it with both of y'all? Because I know Quick is pretty. He's not shouldn't say anything.
I'm telling you, it's whatever this beef is that Jamie has made up that's happened on the show. Like I said, it does not exist. There's the conversation with Lord Jamie. It's all of us. It's me, Quick, Lord Jamie, his parents. Like I said, it gets heated. It gets resolved. That was last January. We're thinking it's done. And now, like, there's no big fallout with the Tylers on the show.
You said little Jamie, because I know that we spoke about, well, the panel we talked about this last season, how we kept wondering why it seemed like his name was being. It's so long ago.
It was brought up one time.
That's what I can't remember.
Y'all love to say keep being brought up. It was brought up one time. And again, I mean, you guys, you've reviewed reality TV. When we are telling stories, we're trying to connect our lives in some way. So if one person is talking about the little Jamie thing, from my side, how it carried on is there's a scene when Arena is here at my house and we're down the basement. She says to me, Smooth was 15 at the time. She says, and I was telling her, like, all of the late shit for school, him getting in trouble, like whatever. And she's like, you need to get that what I think any friend would do who has had a child at that age. She was like, you need to get that under control now, because when little Jamie was his age, that's when he started getting into trouble. That's when, you know, things started going wrong for him. So when I'm talking to Quick, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's having conversations with Quick is having actual conversations with little Jamie and Jamie. I'm having these conversations with Arena. So I'm like, you know, just because this is what Lord Jamie went through, don't mean it's going to be the same thing that Smooth went through. That's the beginning and the end. I don't understand. Like, we live in a society where people constantly forget, talking about, oh, y'all called this kid, said that he was bad when he was 15. His parents told me he was bad when he was 15. So that's all I got to go on. Like, what I'm supposed to say, he was a saint? No. I have friends who have children who they've done bad shit. My kids have done bad shit. Like, it's not the beginning and end of the fucking world to have a bad kid. I was a fucking bad kid. Kids are bad.
I was too, but it was the narrative. I still can't remember, because I swear it was a year ago, but I just remember it seemed like it was a narrative, like it was constantly being brought up, and all I ever said was that
it wasn't
let him just be, not necessarily just even you saying, I'm just saying, even just the narrative of the show, like James bad kid. I was like, how old is he? So I think as a collective, I kept saying, like, can we let that go? That's all I've ever said, period.
Well, I feel like if I think that the Tylers having adult children. First season, it was all about Jason and, you know, how he's, you know, been able to work through being blind and accomplish everything he's done. Second season, they moved on to the next kid. So the storyline is little Jamie. So if his parents are making him their storyline, of course, other people, and at the time, I think Quick and I were the only ones that did have a relationship with them. And then, you know, I've heard Jamie get on here like, well, y'all just met my kid 2 years ago. Yes, but during that 2 years, little Jamie has been at our house. He's been here for holidays. He's been to the club with Quick. Quick has tried to get him modeling jobs. So don't make it seem like we just met him and never talked to him. Like, we've, you know, been a part of his life, yes, for the past 2 years. If you got this couple that you came in with this season, literally, y'all talk about you, Joy, and Clifton are such friends. Y'all met them 2 months before we started filming, but we're not able to talk on your adult child who hangs out with us that we've known now for 2 years. Like, then don't make them a part of the storyline.
Wow. I don't know. I would just feel like I wish that would just, I don't even remember. I have to go back watch my video and see, but you said it only happened a couple of times.
I think what it is. No, I'm saying what we said.
No, I know.
I'm saying if his parents are bringing them up in the scene or bringing them up at a scene, or like Jamie, when he called him a bum at my birthday party, we didn't bring Lord Jamie up. Lord Jamie, he wasn't even at my birthday. So it's like, and for me, I really had a soft spot with him because I saw like the pain that he was going through, because I understood when I couldn't express my pain, or people would say to me like, oh, it's not real, or depression's not real, or you're seeking attention or anything like that. So honest and truly, I reached out to him. I wanted to have conversations with him and talk to him and make sure that he was good. But then when you look online and you see like the shit that they saying, it's like, all right, well, y'all playing in my face, because I was being serious. I really care about what happens to you. So right. I think that is very unfortunate.
That is unfortunate with that, especially because I know with your childhood, you've spoken about it very openly. I could tell it's really important to you that you did reach out to him about that. I do believe that, because you went through your own things. And at 15, I was a hot mess myself. At 20, I was a hot mess. So I mean, it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. Have somebody look out for you, mentor you. It's really good. I just said, as a collective, as a show itself, whatever. Just like, I would like to see more than just, you know, Jamie the bad kid narrative. That's what I even told Jamie the same
thing. I agree, but I think that I mean, A, he's not a cast member. 2, the show, I mean, I don't know. That's how he was introduced through his family. So I mean, I don't know. I know he was doing other things. I know he had been working and trying to and modeling and all of that. Maybe they will show that, but this is not Love and Marriage adult children.
Ashley Jesus. But what I'm gonna say is, as the mom, I mean, I don't know. We get triggered. Whether sometimes if our kid is even right or wrong, we're gonna defend and act a fool. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, I do. To this day. My kids.
Yeah, I think all parents do. And I
Right.
understand it. And like I said, if you feel some type of way about it, have a conversation. We did. Talk about it. Move on or don't. If you don't move on, go say whatever the fuck you guys say. But if you say you moved on, or, you know, like I said, if parties have apologized or whatever, then let that be. Like, again, playing up something that's not real. You can promote a show without being fake.
Damn. So when the last time y'all spoke? Like actually spoke? Wow.
Jamie, legit, our last day of filming. I mean, outside of the reunion, with whatever had to be addressed there.
Right.
Arena, I saw them. Oh, I saw them at a birthday party. Me and Arena, we hugged, we spoke. I saw them at like a cookout. One of my daughter's friends had like that. So that was last summer. I mean, and even then, I feel like the amnesia that people get. So by that time, by last summer, people have been coming to me telling me, "Oh, Jamie said he can't wait for the reunion. He coming for you." And I was getting this from several different people, and I'm like, I'm confused. Coming for me for what? Oh, he coming for you. He coming for you. So when I think I saw Brittney and one of Arena's friends, Jamie and Arena, were there too, and they were like, "Oh, I wish you guys would talk, speak." And I would be like, I'm genuinely confused right now because Jamie going around talking about he coming for me. So I don't know what the fuck he feel like he coming for me for. So I ain't got nothing to say. F him. And he's like, "Oh, Ashley called me an alcoholic on TV." Ashley never called you an alcoholic on TV. His wife has been in scenes with me where I literally would say, I'm not saying that Jamie's an alcoholic. I don't think Jamie's an alcoholic. I think Jamie is an asshole at times, yes. But no, I don't think he's an alcoholic. So then for him to be going around spreading little shit about me, it's like, all I've done is fucking defend all of y'all. Last season, people would come to me all the time like, is he abusive? Is he this? Is he that? I'm like, no, like, y'all just see shit differently on TV. He's not abusive. He ain't this. He ain't that. And the first chance he get to throw me under a fucking rug for nothing, I'm like, okay, this is who you are. Well, what is the problem? Again, child.
Well, I want to ask you about your book because that's your baby. And it's doing very, very well. I want you to talk about that because it's been a year. And I know that last time we saw something about books, you were getting started, like, oh, now where we are, what is going on with it?
Yes. So the audio version is done. I started putting that out a year after the physical copy had come out. I have something in the works that I can't quite talk about yet because I don't want to jinx it. But, I've been able to meet some really amazing people and really dig into the mental health community behind it. And I'm really excited about that. I also have my second nonprofit that I'm starting, and that one is for mental health for young girls. And it's starting with 10-year-old girls up until 18. Because I just want girls to start feeling like they have a safe place and are able to start talking about what it is that they feel without being labeled as being too much or too sensitive or dramatic or whatever. I feel like we put these narratives on girls very, very young, and it's very unfortunate that we do that. And in the Black community, even now that we're saying we're more accepting of mental health and things like that, it's like, are we really, like, do we really understand what it is? I've heard, I just had a conversation with somebody and I asked them, have they ever tried therapy? And they said, I've been to therapy. I said, oh, okay. How long did you do it? They said, I went once. And I'm like, that's not,
okay, you have to go consistently. Yes.
Like, you went to therapy. Okay. Like, that's not going to therapy.
People are coming. That's like a big deal. They went one time, baby. It was like, oh, okay, I did it once.
Right.
Our community is it's a frowned upon thing, which again, another one of your causes that I do love. Mental health is so important. After the pandemic, we found out, unfortunately, the hard way that, we got to reach out to people, and we still find that out.
And everybody is affected in some way. everyone is them. Our mental health will be affected in some way, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of job you have, what kind of money you have. Everyone's mental health will be affected at some point in time. So when people say things like, oh, I haven't been diagnosed with depression, or I haven't been diagnosed with anxiety, just because you haven't been diagnosed, hey, have you sought out to have yourself evaluated? Probably not. Most
Probably.
people don't.
I
So
agree. I
don't
agree.
sit up there and say you ain't been to the doctor in 10 years. Of course you ain't been
Oh my
diagnosed.
God.
Talk
And
about
that happens. That's a common thing too in our community with men,
it.
especially older men. My dad was one of those that before he died, he just did not go like he was supposed to go.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about that. The season is coming out, and I know cast members are all coming out saying different things. Is the cast divided because of this
The cast
narrative?
not because of the narrative, because
Okay.
of what it is. The
Okay.
cast is very divided. I
Mm,
never had any type of relationship with Joy's husband. Um, I don't think that man ever cared for me.
mm.
I don't think Joy particularly cares for him, but whatever, not my business.
Oh shit! I wasn't ready for that one, but this is pretty much per Ashley. I was waiting for something.
Right.
Damn. Even though I've heard, I mean, anyway.
Yeah, it's not my
Lord,
business. Not
it's a
my
lot.
monkey, not my
Yeah.
show.
But I say that because I'm doing other shows where even the show I'm doing right now, the cast is completely divided down the middle, and so that's why I was like, "Are y'all divided?"
We
It
are
really is.
very, of main cast, it's the Tylers and the Petties over here, and then there's me and Quick. Sharella doesn't deal with them at all.
Mm,
Winter, she goes to stuff if they invite her, which is the things that they have, like, even while we were filming, that they were saying about her online, and that they still say. I'm just kind of always chuckled, like, okay, this
like,
is.
why does she go? And okay,
Yeah, I think she does not want beef on either side.
okay, just trying to keep the pace, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, and it's.
And then Miss Carmen.
Oh yeah, and Carmen, they were her best friends.
Mm.
They were such great friends, and
This has been going on since Ready to Love. So you are, I mean, it's been, it's just.
I don't really have any issues with Carmen.
Mhm.
I just think that, again, this show allowed a couple to come in and
Mm.
be dishonest about everything.
I'm assuming you're talking about Joy. You ain't gotta say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what the narrative. That's another thing. I try. I don't say everything I know. I don't. I keep quiet about a lot of tea I have. But I don't. But yeah, that's
And
the.
no, it's not about tea. I mean,
Well, no, people think I always reveal everything, and I don't.
yeah, but I
So
mean, we are doing a reality show where you're supposed to show up as your real
who
self.
you are.
I am showing up as a married woman of two. Um, I know there was a lot of talk around, oh, when I said, I pitched them, because I did. I was the first one to pitch them. Like I said, the Tylers didn't even meet Joy until she came back from Mexico, where she was working, until I think August, and we started filming in October. So I pitched them because I didn't watch Ready to Love while it was on. I watched like the tail end, and then I went back and watched it because they
Oh,
that
okay.
season was going off as we were about to come.
Yeah. You're correct.
And so I went back and watched it. I was doing like Instagram lives with different
Yes, I remember. Mhm.
and so, I saw that they were like a fan favorite, and I was like, damn, how are they going to balance, this long distance relationship? Then when I talked to her and realized she had been gone literally since after they had finished filming, she hadn't even been in the same state with him. I'm like, I thought that was such a great story. Like, let's talk. I was like, did you like being on reality TV? Would you want to do it again? I think people would love to hear about this. So when the show comes on, this narrative like, oh, it's Ashley mad we're from another show. No, Ashley pitched you because you're from another show. Ashley's mad
Mhm.
y'all not being honest.
Was it more than what? Because then Jamie said they pitched her too, right? That's what they said.
Yeah, they pitched them.
Okay.
We pitched them a few months later. They did.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Well, but you look at it like not Because everybody was like trying to act like that you. No, no, you say you pitched them, so you literally helped them get on the show. Is what you're pretty much saying. Or you got them on the show. What you're saying?
I'm saying I pitched them for the show back in what? When did we come on? March, May? Whenever we came on, I had already pitched them before. What our first season had just started. I hadn't been asked yet. None of us had been asked yet to pitch a couple for the next season. We literally were a brand new show. But I am someone who I've been in television production. I know how it works. So I'm already saying, I'm looking at them. I'm like, I think this would be an amazing idea.
Wow.
From the story I've gathered, Jamie knew Joy's husband from like the party scene or whatever. They weren't friends or anything like that. And apparently he slid into Jamie's DMs after we got the show, which makes sense.
You say you did producing and things. Are you going to pursue that?
I am. That is something I'm working on right now. I've always wanted to do writing is something obviously I've always done.
Right.
I was just had this conversation with someone the other day. One of my high school teachers, his name is Ed Burns. He was the co-creator of The Wire.
Oh wow, big time.
Yeah,
Okay.
when we were in his class, I would always be like, oh, I really want to do that. I want to make stories. I want to make movies, all of that. So now I'm looking at, before it seemed very hard to do, but now, you have all these streaming services and, we have all these new ways of doing things. So, I have 2 screenplays written right now.
Oh wow.
Yes, and I will be pitching them very soon. I'm excited. And then I have 3 other ideas I want to work on. So I have 5 in total for this year that I just want to really work on and pitch them. Some might get picked up, some may not.
Yeah.
I'll have to rework and all of that. But yeah,
ooh, that's amazing, Mama. Oh,
yeah,
that's so good.
I'm really excited about that because I feel like I'm such a creative person, and that's where I need to put my focus into, being super creative.
No, that's awesome. You're very colorful. Yeah. See, why do you think I do all of this?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't do what y'all do all day. I'm not big on reality TV. Like I've been trying to get back into it. When I was younger, I was.
Right.
What are my favorite shows? I remember watching like the Real World, Road Rules, Real World Challenges. Like,
well, now there's a challenge, and I've interviewed. That's I go over there because it's just different. I don't want to just do on. It's where I started.
Yeah.
So I love doing challenge. I love doing Big Brother. I just interviewed TLC yesterday. I did Netflix. I love doing different stuff.
Yeah.
So I did Outlast, that Survivor show. They were in the ice and fish. That's what I interviewed. I'm doing that today. I love doing stuff like that because it's out of the box. It's not like, okay, we're just gonna do just a housewife or no. I like to do other stuff. You're not gonna put me in that box ever. So
How do you feel? Because since you do watch reality TV across the board, how do you feel? Because I feel like a lot of times our shows, and when I say our shows, Black shows in particularly, and then OWN being an all Black network of shows, I feel like there is this, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like people automatically come in like, oh, it's boring. It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. And it's like, okay, if we start having drama, it's like, oh, it's ghetto. It's this, it's that. It's like, you really can't win. I said, YT shows can do the same, do as much. I've never seen a Black person flip over a table until now on OWN shows. I hadn't saw anybody throw a drink. I haven't seen anybody get physical. So I'm
gonna tell you something. Even before I started reviewing shows, there are shows I can actually point videos out where there were fights that was so severe you couldn't believe it was aired on TV. Most Black reality shows did not ever show violence. I mean, we would get loud and drag you down for your soul, stuff like that. Throwing a drink, none of that happened for I'm talking about like over a decade. It was always on their shows, and I've always pointed out nobody has ever done anything about it. It just started happening, but now we're ghetto. We've always been ghetto. If we get loud and yell, Nene will say something. Y'all love the Real Housewives, but they called the Housewives ghetto that first year before they started popping. Nene was ghetto, Candy, all them, and it was all what? All Black. So I'm just saying, Bravo can get away with a lot of stuff because they're mixed. I'm just gonna be honest. They
Yeah.
have the black and the white shows. They can
Mhm.
do a lot more.
The audience
But
is
their own
very
diverse.
different.
Yes.
It's right, their audience is diverse, and not saying that it's better or worse,
Mhm, mhm.
but in actuality, I don't have the statistics in front of me, so I can't say, but
Right.
when I think about the own viewership, ver so Bravo's viewership, it is, people who, like you said, it is more diverse. It is people who come from different backgrounds and different communities.
Mhm.
Whereas our own network, I think that a lot of people, it's a cluster of
It
very
is.
similar people. So everyone kind of has the same ideals and, images. Like that's why sometimes when I read my comments, I'm literally looking at them like, if you think me saying that someone is married on a show called Love and Marriage, and they are sitting here lying to you people, and
Mhm,
I'm the wrong
mhm.
one, okay, great, okay, like
Like
that's
the
when
liver like
I got to a point where I just was like,
the liver marriage, CC? Oh, yeah, about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand why. I don't know why they're coming at you so
no,
crazy about it.
I
I
don't
get it,
understand why,
you
because
know?
I think, again, I do not understand why. I think that people pick and choose, and I think I am a great villain, and I think I stand on my shit. And I think
Mm,
when you do that, you put a target on your back. When you're not the one saying, "Oh, I didn't say that," but you did say it,
mhm.
people kind of like try to sympathize with you and stuff. Like, let's not forget this lady called me fake and phony when all I had ever done was support her. So I don't owe you shit.
I'm gonna say that Liver Marriage DC, well, all own shows, it's like I call it a cult. Like, not in a bad way, but like I'm saying, like like Friday, not everybody knows Friday After Next, but it's a certain culture of people who know that show, that movie or whatever. I'm sorry. So with Ready to Love or Love Marriage DC or Love Marriage Huntsville, there is like a select few people that don't miss a beat about those shows. The people that watch my shows for Ready to Love, they're not watching the challenge reviews I'm doing. They're not watching the Netflix. They're not. I can look at my numbers and tell, or look at my analytics and see that show me they're not watching any of that, but they're coming just to see that Ready to Love. I wish own to me, they need to expand the way Bravo does. Bravo will have stuff that bloggers have said and done on their freaking reunion. OWN is so like in this box that they really need to expand. I've said that 100 times. I don't care. I'm just being honest. They need to. It would make their channel, I'm sorry, the network bigger because it's like almost a chitlin circuit. And I hate to say it like that.
Mm.
That's what it. I hate to say it like that a little bit. I'm sorry. Just
No,
being honest.
I mean, I definitely understand your point of I personally would love to help on the creative end and love to help on the marketing end and things like that. I think that that is something that other networks have done, that they use
They
their
use everything.
yeah, they use their people
Mhm.
to help, grow things.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, for instance, we didn't get new pictures this season. Even now with them putting these pictures up, I mean, the colors of our dresses are changed. Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
that's not a new picture. So the group picture with the ladies, um, that was me. And I wasn't even talking to Joy. This is after Christmas.
Right.
I'm not talking to this woman, but I'm like, you know what? We have a show coming on. It feels like a brand new show. Monique is gone. We have new faces.
Mhm.
Let me put together a photo shoot so that we can introduce these new faces, so that we can make a boom, because we
Ah.
weren't getting new marketing. So that's me being a businesswoman, putting my feelings to the side, because I'm not talking to you at all, but this is business.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I think,
That was a good picture too. I cannot believe that. Wow.
yeah,
And you were behind that. And they used it. I use that picture all the time when I'm talking.
everyone uses it. Everyone, I mean, but outside of OWN, everyone uses it when they talk about our show. Everyone uses it. And I think that that just goes to show, like, when you have smart people on the
Mhm.
show, like some people are just going to be TV personalities. That's what they're
Mhm.
good for.
Mhm. Mhm.
But some people, we got minds. And it's not just sit back and
Right.
little check. Like, so yeah, things
Wow.
like that I had to do. I mean, I have other ideas, but I don't, you get to a point where you kind of feel you
Mm.
don't feel appreciated. So it's just like,
I do know. Mhm. What's the point of doing all that? I wouldn't either. I mean, not say I wouldn't either, but I get why you would not.
yeah.
Wow. I really hope that you do go into production and
Yeah.
do something because I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
You're
will love
very
every
creative.
but I want to do scripted or like talk shows. I don't want to do reality. I'm not gonna say never,
Okay.
because I have had an idea for a reality show before, but reality TV, like I said, is just a space of constant conflict. And it's really unfortunate. And I feel like in everybody's life there's drama, there's conflict.
Yes.
Um, but to be surrounded by it every day or to have to relive it a year and a half later, when you've moved past it and things like that, like I am just like, child, the vets who have been doing it for 5, 10, 15 years, yeah, it's like kudos to you. But again, a lot of them have very good incentives to keep on coming back.
Yes, the coin is big in certain networks.
Exactly. So if you bring it in a couple million a year off this, then
Man,
child,
I'd be doing it every year too, child. I'd be driving bananas everywhere. So I want to ask you. I want to ask. Did you say what? Tell me what?
Throw me a drink, shit.
Let me ask you a final question. I want to ask: have you ever thought about having having your kids involved in that? Maybe because I thought about it before. If all the kids before all this would do a reality show, people would watch it. I'm talking about for both all the families because they're kind of getting to an age, whatever. These teenagers and kids do reality shows all the time. So I'm saying, would your kids be interested in doing reality TV? Have they said it into
It's so crazy. In my family, and I mean almost as a whole, I am the only person that wants to do this.
Wow.
Quick, really, he has done it for me and solely for me. He could film, he could not film, he don't care either way. If this show came back on or didn't come back on, he didn't care. When we first started filming the first season, Antonio Smo, my son, told me he didn't want to film at all.
Okay.
He didn't want to be on it at all. He was just entering his teenage years. You know how that is. So I was like, all right, cool. You don't have to. When the first season came on, I think he was shown like once when they were like introducing us. And then he was like, why they don't show me? And I'm like, you don't film. What are you talking about? You literally go hide in your room when the cameras are here.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So, I still think he, in and out, I think he would be down for it. Ashton, she kind of likes it a little more. She likes it on the camera, like things like that. But even outside of that, like, my extended family, like my sister, my nieces, who I am extremely close to, they don't really want any parts of it. My mother has not been happy.
Right. Oh wow.
Yeah, so everyone doesn't want to do reality TV.
No, if I ever got on it, my family would tell me straight up, I don't want to be involved at all. I
Yeah.
struggle with the blogging thing has been a struggle over the years. So I know if I got on reality, my parents would say, because the most time you go on reality, they don't have your family signed, like you can't mention their name or anything. And I know mine would be that.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I get it. I don't know. I've been doing this such a long time. It's just part of my DNA now. It is what it is. But as usual, Mama, you never disappoint. You come on my platform ever. Don't ever change. I love
I
I
don't.
love you. I love how you pop. You're a colorful person. And you pop, and a lot of times people don't get the personality. I get it because I have similar traits, but other than that, still you've been the same smoke, same.
Yeah,
The
I
whole time.
think,
Same.
it's so funny because at our reunion, Carlos asked someone like, who has the most consistent personality on and off camera? And the person says, me. And I'm like, yeah, because it's true.
Mm-hmm. That's what everybody else says too. So this season, we're gonna see the same.
Yeah, I think it's episode, I want to say 3 or 4, where it gets spicy.
Spicy. That's one of my favorite words.
Yeah, where it gets spicy.
I'm trying to be nice.
Because the men are sassy.
Oh God, Lord have mercy. It's gonna be a time. Well, y'all make sure y'all tune in. We'll be talking about it on the panel.
Yes.
Ashley's gonna make it.
I love to pop up on the panel. I love to pop up on the panel. So
My favorite time of when she imitated me to this day is my favorite clip. Oh my God, I did not know you were watching me. I was like, oh my gosh, she imitated me so well, but I still do that. I still do all of that.
yes. I love it.
Oh my God, y'all, this was an awesome interview as usual. Make sure you tune in. We're going to have a spicy season coming up. This is the Queen of Reality TV. Bye. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is.